Raj. Back here today with my little brother. It's been a long time since he's been in a video with me. And so I figured it'd be what a good time to bring him on than to announce the Tigers have signed free agent outfielder Rajai Davis. I believe it's to what, 2 years, $10 million?
Yep.
2 years, $10 million. And man, the offense this year, I believe, in my opinion, that this is the final piece to the Tigers' new offense and how Dombrowski and I believe Brad Ausmus wanted to attack this offseason. So Davis, I was kind of meh about the signing at first. What did you think about it?
I actually woke up to it happening. I turned on Hot Stove and I checked my Facebook and Twitter, and about 27 minutes or whatever, it just said 27 minutes ago that they're nearing a deal. And I knew a little bit about Rajai, but not a lot about him. But I looked up his numbers or whatever, and big speed dude or whatever. He's not going to hit you that high at all and get on base at a high clip, but he does provide stolen bases, which the Tigers team lacked the past couple of years because they were just more of the three-run homer team, just hit everything over the fence type team. They can't take the extra base or whatever. Or, they just get their runs manufactured by hit to hit, not steal the extra base to get in scoring position pretty much.
And that was one thing I wanted to touch on this video for sure. Last year, the Tigers stole 35 bases as a squad. Between Rajai Davis and Ian Kinsler, they stole 60. That's almost double what the Tigers stole last year. And that's why I truly think that this is the last piece of this new style of offense. This year and this offseason, I think Dombrowski and Ausmus had one thing in mind. They wanted to go to a team that was defensive first, speed along with it. And if you look at what they did to change this lineup, first off, you're taking Cabrera, putting him back at first, where he's a better defender, even though he's still not great there, but he's anything better than Prince. And then you get better defensively with Castellanos at third, no matter how bad Castellanos was at third in the minors. Omar Vizquel is actually working with Castellanos right now, believe it or not, over the winter break, trying to prep him.
Talk about a good mentor, right?
Oh, I know, one of the best infielders ever. And Vizquel played a lot of third, too, in his career. So, he's going to help Castellanos transition back to third where he naturally was his natural position. So you're going to get better defense there because it's really, for anyone trying to say Castellanos can't play third, it's really, really hard to play worse defense than what Cabrera did. It really is. And then you're changing out Peralta, who was a big bopper, three-run homer type guy. He would have probably had 21 homers, close to 90 RBIs this year. He played 162. For Iglesias, who's a defensive wizard, decent speed. He has kind of like false speed, I'd like to say, because he's not going to steal 25 bases, but he has enough speed to get enough infield hits, is what he has. But you're getting way, way, way better defensively with Iglesias that we saw last year. And then you bring in Kinsler, who is a better defender than Omar Infante was. He was actually the fourth best defender according to Fielding Bible last year. And you get a guy who's a 20-20 guy. And then you go out to left field. And this is, like I said, why I feel Davis is the final piece. Because left field was really the only hole you had left to fill. And everyone's like, oh, they need to get Sin-Soo Choo. Because he's a left-handed bat, but he does struggle against lefties. But he's left-handed bat, bringing good power, great leadoff type guy. Well, I don't know if you heard this, but Dombrowski earlier this week said he was happy with Dirks being platoon guy.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter or whatever. He said he was happy with just Dirk's platoon because he was making somewhat excuses, I guess, for saying he had a tweaked knee or whatever.
Yeah, he had hurt his knee. And Dirks, in the second half, though, when they stopped giving him everyday at-bats, he hit over 300 in the second half last year. And I've constantly said this about Dirks. I like Dirks, okay? But you can't give this guy every day at bats because he struggles. He just can't handle it. There's just certain guys that can't handle it. And when they limited his role in the second half, he hit over 300. Well, no, like I said, I was kind of meh about the signing at first, but thinking about it all day, Rajai Davis can't hit right-handers to save his life. He hit 228 against righties last year, but hit 319 against lefties. Dirks hits lefties at not a great clip, but he hit 268 against righties last year. But don't take that to heart because he's almost a career 280 hitter with 17 homers and 83 RBIs with a slugging percentage almost close to 430. So he hits right-handers at a pretty okay clip, respectable clip. So you got a good platoon right there. And on top of, Davis stole 45 bases in 108 games. And like I said, the Tigers only stole 35 bases between Kinsler and Davis. There's 60 steals. That's nuts. And then I think Jackson, because you know this as well as I do, I just think that Leland never let Jackson run. That's the only possible way because didn't Jackson have like 25 steals his first year?
Something like that, yeah, his rookie season.
And every single year, his stolen bases have fallen. And he was actually becoming kind of a bad stolen base threat because he was getting caught a lot, too, over the last couple of years. So, but I think with Ausmus and then this new speed, defensive-minded team first thing, he could probably steal 20 to 30 bases. I still truly think that because he is a quick guy. And then Hunter, and he plays good defense, Jackson does. And then Hunter's not the Gold Glover anymore. You know, how many balls you see him misjudge this year?
Too many.
I mean, how many times do we see him go back to the wall and just go, ugh?
Way too many.
You know, and the ball flies over his head. You know, Hunter didn't play good at the wall at all this year. I don't know what it was with him getting balls back towards the wall. He misjudged so many of them. But still, he's better than Delman Young. So we can give him that. You know, he's still adequate with the glove. So that's why I really think that Davis is the last piece that you're possibly going to have for this new offensive revival because you fill the last hole with a speedy guy, you know, like Davis that's really going to help your squad. I forget where I was going with this. Oh, so one thing I like about this new offense style, you know, the days, like I said, think about this. The Tigers played in 33 games last year where they blew out a team by 5 runs or more. You know, I don't think that this team's going to do that anymore this year because, let's face it, I mean, this is not that as strong of a power threat lineup as it was the year before. I mean, you kind of hard to deny that, correct?
Yeah, you had a lot more like contact type, speed type hitters or whatever.
You're losing
on their legs.
You're losing Peralta.
Mm-hmm.
You lost Fielder.
Mm-hmm.
And Fonte, I think if he'd stayed healthy, he'd had 14 or 15 home runs.
Yeah.
You know, so you're really only a huge power threat is Cabrera because Victor Martinez isn't going to hit a boatload of home runs. So he's going to hit maybe 12, 15 home runs throughout the course of a year, you know, which is not bad. But, you know, long gone are the days. What I'm really excited for is how many times did we see this year? Let's make up a hypothetical situation. Torrey Hunter's on second. Now, Hunter's not slow, but he's not even close to fast. I mean, let's face it, he's an older guy. How many times do we see Cabrera knock a ball in the gap that a fast runner could have scored from on first? And, my bad. Knock a single, Hunter go first to third. And then you'd see Pritz come up and hit an any double play because we had no team speed behind there. You know, with someone like, say, like, I doubt Rajai Davis is going to be at the top of the lineup, but even Kinsler, because he's still a pretty quick guy. He's going to be able to score from first on that ball, and you're going to get so many runs. So you're going to lose the 3-run homer and guys knocking balls out of the ballpark all the time.
You're going to get a lot more small balls.
Exactly. You are going to get so many more runs scored off of, you know, like say Cabrera, for example. You had to literally knock a ball that was almost a triple to get him to score from second, especially when he was hurt. You know, he had to go station to station. You're going to have so many guys. Davis, Kinsler, you know, like I said, Iglesias, he's a super fast, but I think he's still kind of decent speed.
Jackson.
You know, Jackson, so many guys in that lineup now, they're going to be able to go, get, even on hard-hit balls going to the outfield, like even to left field, it's like you're going to be able to score those guys. So the runs you lose on guys that you're losing out of the power threat, you're going to make up in so many ways with the small ball kind of thing. Now, like I said, I wasn't too sold on the thing at first, but looking at how this team is going to look and looking at the new kind of offensive style that Ausmus is going to implement with the stolen bases, you know, trying not, you know, you're not going to have the 5-run lead every night, but trying to get, you know, runs manufactured and not giving up leads late because of defensive blunders because you're going so defensive-minded. You know, I think it's going to work best in the long run. A lot of people are skeptical and kind of scared, you know, because you're losing so much power. But if you can score 5 runs, okay, and not blow it on bad defense, you know, guys making dumb errors to give teams a chance, and then you go out and fix the bullpen because they still need a couple arms. I mean, let's face it. You know, you only got Rendon, Albuquerque, Koch. You'd have to think Kroll's going to be in there to replace Smiley. And then Joe Nathan are your only legit guys. You know, I still want to go out there and get Jesse Crain and need one more arm after that to go out there because if you can do that, you can fix the bullpen while using this new offensive style, which is going to be fine. You know, steal a lot of bases, make a lot of runs by playing, you know, stealing bases, you know, scoring from first on doubles or, you know, with more speed, be able to score more runs, you know, because you got more speedy guys on the base. It's going to work, but you still got to fix the bullpen for sure because, you know, if you score 3 runs and you're only winning by 2, and you can't get guys to bridge the gap to Nathan, what's the point of this whole new offense anyways? You know, if you can't hold the leads late and you just give up the leads anyways, what the hell's the point of having anyone on your team? So, you know, I like the Davis signing now. You know, it wasn't expensive. You finish off your offense. Like I said, you get more speed in there, a lot more speed in there. You know, you finish off what you were trying to do, more speed, more defense.
Yeah, you're going to see a whole different Tigers team from what
Yep.
you saw last year.
For sure.
You're going to be able to see them take the extra base and actually score on something in the gap because how much speed they've actually added to their lineup.
Yep.
No more of this station-to-station crap. A ball in just a single or a gap shot could actually score a run.
Yep.
It's weird. It's going to be weird having team speed this year, and like you said, pretty much they're just going to try to win with just defense and good pitching, which pretty much we have. You just got to shore up the bullpen. There's nothing wrong with that because that's how they say championships are won. Great defense, good pitching.
Yep.
Because good pitching always stops good hitting, no matter who it is. So.
For sure. You know, like I said, I wasn't high on it, but now that you think about it, he finishes off with the offense that they were trying to do, this new style offense. You lose the 3-run homers, but you learn you're going to manufacture runs in so many more ways with the small ball kind of aspect, stolen bases. You know, like you said, scoring in the gaps, scoring on balls that bigger guys that we had last year couldn't score on. So what you lose there, you're going to make up in other ways with the new speed, and you're not going to be giving away leads as much because you're going to play such good defense. I read an article that the Tigers, they implemented this defense they had last year. They would have saved 40 runs. Imagine how many runs, 40 runs, how many games that could have won you extra with that many runs. So, all in all, I like it. It's not a high-risk move. I mean, $5 million per year, come on now. You can move that contract easy if you don't like it. And then the Tigers are not going to be last in stolen bases anymore. I can tell you that right now. They're going to steal over 100 bags this year. Because I think with Osmus, this style of offense they're implementing, you know, you're going to see Jackson run more. You're, of course, going to have Davis. You're going to have Kinsler. I think Iglesias will see a little bit more stolen bases this year because I think he made like 4 last year. So I think Davis finishes off what they're trying to do offensively. But like I said, none of this is going to matter unless they get a couple more bullpen arms because they definitely need some more bullpen arms. Because, you know, it don't matter if you got Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig in the middle of that lineup. If you can't keep the game close and give the ball to your closer, what's the point? There isn't. So, final thoughts?
Bullpen needs to get fixed. That's my final thoughts. All in all, good signing, though. It brings a lot of different elements to our lineup that I like, that we haven't seen the past couple of years here in Detroit. Let's put it like this. The Tigers haven't had a guy steal more than 30 bases since Alex Sanchez stole 50 back in 2005. It's been almost 10 years since we've had any kind of base stealing threat on this team. So, like the new offense, it's going to be a whole different Tigers team this year. Got to get some bullpen help. Have a good one, guys. Later.